Finally, a play day. Okay, people, welcome back to another play day. It's been a while, and I don't realize that it's been a while until people start asking, hey, when's the next play day? And I'm like, hey, calm down. Oh, well, it has been a while, huh? It's been a long, hard winter. That's all I can say. And things popping up. But the past couple of weeks, month or so, I have been really intensely focused on getting some painting done and chopping stuff and cutting and a little sculpting. So that has prompted me into ordering some newer stuff to work on it. And it seemed like as soon as I would kind of get close to finishing something else would come in. I'd be like, oh, that's beautiful. I'm going to work on that. I have a focus problem. Let's put this aside for a little bit, work on this, and then go, wait, I never finished that. But some of that's y'all's fault because there is so much fantastic work being done. I look at it and, well, some paint jobs I look at and go, I can never do that. And then I see some blank casts and think, I'm going to try it. That's all any of us can do, right? We just try. And if you did your best and you look at it and go, I'm pretty happy with that, that's all that matters. If you're happy with what you have. Let's play. Okay, let's start things off by going back to the newest SH Figuarts Mandalorian. In the heat of my disappointment, I didn't stop and think about it. You know what I mean? Usually I'm good about that. Oh, this broke off or this doesn't work quite right. I'm gonna get in there, fix it, see what it needs. And after the first two being disappointments, well, the first really was. The second, they tried a little harder. This one, they tried even harder, but then QC issues just... The biggie was the left arm just popping off. And I got in there, I pulled the joint out, I did a little sanding to the ball where it attaches into the torso, and then got it back together, and it works now. You can still see that it's spread out just a tad, but hey, it's staying together. I can pose it around. That's way better. During the review, I put a John Walker neck extension in. I think that helps proportions more than anything. Well, the feet are still big. This helps. But there is still the stiff cape. Just, I think I will eventually replace it, but I've gotten to where I take it and split it and kind of wrap it around the spear. When he's standing there, it drapes. That's cool. This improves presentation-wise on the shelf. This is still not my main display Mandalorian. That goes to Mafex, even after these fixes, but not as bad as I originally thought. Hey, you know me. I'll always admit that I'm wrong or uninformed. There you go. Okay, for the panel lining and slight mod on Doctor Strange, this is nothing new. I've seen this countless times already. So credit to all the people who have done this before me. I was inspired. I thought, hey, that does spruce it up a bit. I'm going to do that. I'm still new to panel lining, so there may be some scuffs and some mess here and there, but I essentially just took a brown Gundam marker and went in and traced, and it just brings out that extra little detail. Kind of hard to get. In fact, I think I missed a line right there where the collar meets the cape. I couldn't get in there straight. I'll give it a try here in a little bit. And then to get them into the crisscross applesauce position, there was a slit on this side of the lower tunic, but not on this side. So I just took a pair of clippers and yeah, it's a bit rough, but it'll never be seen in my display doing his magic thing. There's no hole or anything, but between the cape and him, I guess that would be a better angle, wouldn't it? But he'll just be floating there, other figures standing around him. It's the little things, you know? But I didn't stop there. I figured since I had a black one too, and I already had a crick in my neck from bending over doing all the little I thought, hey, let's see what happens whenever I hit the armored Spider-Man with panel lining. And I like it. It seems more defined. You can see all the details, which I guess is what more defined means. A little light in a few spots. I don't know if that's me not getting completely 90 degrees with the cut, but I did notice that that's the best way to do it, to get perfectly lined up and get straight with the crevice as much as possible. Yep, I just drew on it. It's still not chromy like I've seen in some of the pictures from the game, but I don't know. This pops more. Plus, it's a little bit more unique. It's got some elbow grease in it. That's one of my favorite things of looking at my display and just going, I did that. Here's something not really figure related. I guess I could open this up to get a better look instead of all that glare off the plastic. LandspeederLuke sent me an enamel pin, and hey, it's Star Wars Black Series. I'm always interested in stuff like that. It's just a cool little thing. I don't have a lot of enamel pins, but Maybe I'll get a jean jacket vest or something. But if you don't know LandspeederLuke, go check out his Instagram. He does a lot of fantastic stuff. Also not figure related, but very, very interesting. It's got the mystery machine running through my head. I received this in the mail from the Harbinger of the Abyss. It also came with a letter. Middle Eastern Institute for Antiquities. There's this, and then some information, and this. If you take the medallion and flip it over, there is a spinner with a cipher for these letters on the inner ring and then numbers on the outer ring. That was pretty easy to figure out. There's 26 numbers, there's 26 letters in the alphabet. So you line up the white letter with the white number and then go through there, and that says Savage Crucible. The medallion also came in this nice velvet pouch inside this box with some stamps. It kind of looks like it's, you know, been mailed from a faraway land. I have no idea. I have to think it's some kind of marketing thing that I'm supposed to figure out. Oh yeah, here this says the light in darkness or something like that. Never let it be said that I do not enjoy things that I have no knowledge of. You know, like proper sentence structure. This is just cool. It's an alloy of some kind. It's die cast. The spinner does fall out every now and then, but even then I thought maybe there's a, you know, some kind of clue underneath. It's just an oddity that showed up in the P.O. box. And I ain't complaining. Maybe we can figure it out together, or somebody out there knows what the hell this is. Next up, WouldYouKindlyStudios graciously sent along another one of his amazing diorama creations. Have this very, very nice palette, or skid, as we used to call it at the metal shop. Got a couple of trash bags that I thought were other items. I went to open them and then realized, no, that's just trash bags for the ground. There's some asphalt kicked up, or rocks, or very rough surface on the ground. Got some Weekly World newspapers. It's stuck to the diorama, but if you're just looking at it, it seems to be, you know, in the mud. Have a "the end is nigh" sign. But what I like best is, since I'm short on space, this actually, well, this sits here, but you notice the corner stays together. There's an embedded magnet. So I can take this, put it on a shelf or something, and then when I need it for pictures or something else, just boom, boom. And it being at a right angle keeps it from falling over. And a perfect spot for one of my favorite figures of the year, actually. I don't think you understand. I'm not just playing in here with you. Always a pleasure to get something from Rebel 10 Customs. Her work with Softgoods, it's so fantastic. I only ordered the standard NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990 movie April O'Neil. Then Chrissy sent along this yellow rain jacket, and it just makes the figure. It adds that color that you associate with April O'Neil, and yeah, this is how it goes on the shelf. Got some wire so you can bend it around, add some dynamic curl to it, some wind or something. Have the flap hanging down in the back, the cuffs on the sleeves, the glare off these lights like it's wet. Hey, it works out perfect. And then Rebel 10 saw my custom grifter and that I needed a green trench coat and sent this along too. It's a brighter green than what I was using. In fact, that was a Rebel 10 custom shirt too, or jacket, I guess. Adds a little 90s flair to it. There's even wires in the belt so you can get that flowing out and get this kicked and out and down and around. I'm having a hard time choosing between the two. I guess the modern grifter doesn't wear a full-on trench. He's got a regular jacket. And this is kind of a more modern, grungy green. How about this? I need to take this head and this jacket and put it on a more 90s body, and then get a, I guess, a more modern style grifter head, put on this body with this jacket, and have two grifters, because there ain't nothing wrong with that. But I think my favorite that she sent is the new jacket for Phantom X, because the old one stuck around them. Traffic coned them. Now I can get this flowing out and down into action poses like a good Marvel Legends figure should. When I say trench coats, it's a trench vest, I guess, right? It doesn't have sleeves. That's the way it is in the comics. And look at that. It's even got the X-Force design work on the back. So it matches the rest of the lines on the body. This caps it off. This is icing on the cake. This is gravy on the potatoes. Couple of new head casts and paint jobs from my buddy Corey at Casting Cave. Look at that Emperor. He just loves it when a plan comes together. Now this is the Hasbro Black Series Amazon exclusive Emperor with the throne. And the heads there were better than the original Black Series Emperor, but not as good as the SH Figuarts figure. But out of all of them, I think this is the most natural feeling. Do it. But he also sent along a Tobey Maguire Peter Parker head. And I was going to try to find a Spider-Man body for this, but I'm kind of okay with this youth pastor look. I mean, it's only fitting. I think this body was with the comic book Peter Parker. Swap it out, put it in my MCU display. This totally works. Look how white those generic tennis shoes are. Hey guys, let's rap about Spider-Man. Just a beautiful, beautiful head cast and paint job. So when we do finally get No Way Home Spider-Mans, sometime in the future, whenever that may be, I've got a head waiting for one of them. Okay, I've already shown this in a previous playday. This is a 3D sculpt and print from Fanplastic 4, and oh, he does such a great job. It's one solid piece, but he sculpted it to look like it has articulation. It's made to look like it's phasing up out of the shelf. I did this paint job last year sometime, or it may have been longer than that. Who knows the years. This one is going to Veeves because now I finally finished painting this one. This is also from Fanplastic 4. It's the same basic sculpt, but this one's modified to look like it's phasing out of the wall. Got the lower knee, look at that double joints. Ooh. And I'm pretty happy with this, although I am terrible at painting eyes. These are actually water slides for the inner eye, and then I think I screwed up the black around it. But at a normal distance on the wall, up above a display, yeah, I'll never see it. There's a hang hook, so you can get a little bitty pin on the wall. There's also her arm coming out with Lockheed, and he has his ass cut off too to hang on the wall. Looks like he's phasing through also. So this will go up next to my classic style X-Men, just hanging out, literally. But Fanplastic didn't stop there. Look at this, it just blends right into my background. He also sent along a set of Astonishing X-Men heads, and that's Hank. In the, well, I guess in the resin. I've made an Astonishing Beast before, but this is totally hacked up Hulk head and a absorbing man body and some Street Fighter Ryu feet and a whole hell of a lot of sculpting work. I have thought about taking this head and putting it on this body, since this is the older Hasbro body, and I'm half afraid that it doesn't do this head justice, but at the same time, there's also a toy quality to it. I'm okay with this fitting in with the rest of my display. At some times I look at it and think the head is too big, but I think it's that the feet are too small. Hands seem okay. The chest, it's the feet. It's gotta be. Plus this is just a snapshot in time, at least when it comes to my customizing history, you know? For my new Astonishing team, this'll work. Let's see, I may take some feet off something else, put them at the bottom of those legs. I did throw a new paint job on the fur, and it's very faint and hard to see on camera. Apparently, there is a darker blue with a dry brush, a lighter blue on top of it. It's more apparent here, you can see the contrast. But I haven't painted the costume yet. It's still in the Hasbro yellow, nicks and all. That's because, like I said, he sent along heads for all the team members. So once I start working on them and get a yellow that's consistent between Wolverine and Kitty and the rest, I can come back and paint this. So I'm not quite done. Feet, yellow, rest of the team. And then finally some new items from JohnWalkerCustoms. First, the Cad Bane upgrade kit. Well, I say upgrade. This is just to make him look a little bit more like he did in the Book of Boba Fett. I was about to say Mandalorian, but well, kinda. The kit came with the head. It actually came with 3 heads, but this is the only one I painted up so far. The hat on top, these ammo pieces for around the ankles, and then a belt buckle piece that I haven't used. I may eventually get to that, but the jacket's also inaccurate, so there's some changes to be made. But I got to this point and thought, you know what? That'll look good with Cobb Vanth and the rest. Even got the hoses running around to the box on the back. But this is what I've been working on most the past couple of weeks. You never know when the customizing bug is going to hit, but sometimes you see something and it kicks the bug into like high gear. It's been a while since I've painted some metal, and I'm kind of proud of that. And the little detail work to the stripes. That's not me blowing my own horn on purpose. That's me going, wow, that actually came out like I imagined it. Well, everything except for the eyes, but this is better than what I had the first pass. For some reason, I thought the eyes were sculpted up under there, and once I got them painted, I thought, that is way off. That's weird. And then I got my magnifiers out and realized the sculpt of the eyes is down there. What are you doing, dummy? I did shorten it down a little bit in order to make them feel more stocky, more stout, but it still needs more bulk to the arms and the legs. I took a little at the thigh swivel, cut it down, made a new hole, plugged it back in. Then for the torso, I actually split it in half, brought it down a little, and then didn't put it all the way back together in order to make the shoulders a little bit wider. And then the arms, I dremeled the elbows and the wrists deeper and plugged them back in. Took the fur off the back of the hand in order to get the knuckle dusters glued on right, then used the sleeve itself as the hair hanging down. After that, it was just paint, which is my favorite part. I even tried to get the scars in there. I didn't want to make them really prominent. They're just kind of faded in there. But this was my second go at it. Here's my first attempt. I was widening the body and got crazy and widened it all the way down. So I took an extra head, making an older, grayer, out of shape Wookiee that I haven't finished yet. I need some kind of strap. This is actually 3 Chewbacca's torn up, put back together. Well, one of them, this head, and I think Krrsantan's body is actually that GameStop Wookiee. And I never realized, even though the first few Chewbacca's looked the same on the outside, the inner workings were evolving, were changing. They were different between each figure I cut up. And then getting to the solo Chewbacca and that GameStop Wookiee, it's only 2 pieces, and it's changed up altogether inside. Not their heart, not their soul, but the inner articulation, the plastic pegs and such. I also got Krrsantan's gun from John Walker Customs. Haven't had a chance to paint it up, but once I got it, I realized me making these deeper here and here, it doesn't want to hold it across like that. I can't bend the elbow enough now. So this will be another go. Maybe a second time. Maybe I need to make another one because I really enjoyed this. So at the end of the day, it's another play day. And any day that you get to play, that's a good day. I still have more stuff piled up. Again, it's been a while since a play day, so I wanted to ease back in with some names that we usually see on play days, but I have more stuff. I have more stuff to paint. I have more boxes to open. I have more things to bring back around. More playing, essentially. If you're interested in any of the artists here, I've got all the links in the description. Go check them out. Even if you're not wanting to do any work, you're not wanting to paint or sculpt or make customs, you just want to look at some pretty pictures, go check them out. Show them some love. Let them know that, hey, your work is appreciated. You're a damn fine artist. And not even just these guys. Any artist you run across, customizer, you see a picture that you like, that you appreciate the work, let them know. Because everyone knows that the internet could use a little bit more positivity. And that's what playing's about. That's what this hobby's about. Just attempting to find some kind of joy in this dark, dark world. If you enjoyed this playdate, comment, like, subscribe. Much, much love to the plus. If you're interested in seeing videos early or in a position to help out the channel, patreon.com. But wherever you may be watching this, I'll always catch you on the Fwoosh. Also, just to throw this out, since we're at the end of the video, I've had some comments saying that some of the shots are dark, and I totally agree with you. I took this light that was hanging here out because I was always bumping into it. It was right there, the wall. I couldn't get it away from me. It made me feel cramped. And when I feel cramped, I just... So I've been trying to find that balance again with no light right here. And I've got this after some of the videos with comments. Hopefully this will brighten up this shot. It's not so much when I have it up filming down because of this, but I got to keep this on there for this shot. So I'm going to add this for this shot. Basically, I'm playing around with it.